Hi, it's Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media here in Houston at Breakbulk Americas, and I have Frank Guzman here with me from C.H. Robinson. Welcome, Frank.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
All right. What we want to know, Frank, is you are in charge of global projects for C.H. Robinson. So you have a global perspective, which is so valuable. And I know our audience is interested in hearing um, your outlook on the market. Certainly, we've been dealing with a lot of uncertainty this year. Uh, if we take the temperature today, has that changed at all? Has the level of uncertainty changed?
I don't think so. However, I do believe that our industry is very resilient and is very optimistic. Although we have barriers and we have uncertainty, we still have to feed our families and we still have to go out there and generate demand. And so it's, I still sense a great deal of optimism in the industry.
Excellent. Would you say that the majority of the uncertainty is coming from the U.S. policy changes, or are there other factors in the market that are contributing to it?
Well, we've had 5 years of disruption. I mean, whether from COVID to Red Sea disruption to Panama Canal disruption to tariffs and trade policy, I believe all of those things have just created a perfect storm. And all of those events have generated different capacity constraints in the marketplace, whether it's ocean freight capacity tightening, whether it's truck capacity here locally in North America tightening or loosening. There just hasn't been a great deal of just steadiness in the last 5 years. It has just been peaks and valleys. And in those peaks and valleys, my colleagues, my industry colleagues, and we benefit from that disruption with those peaks and valleys. And
What
so,
does that mean, benefit? How do you benefit from the disruption?
well, for instance, when capacity, when you saw a surge in demand after COVID and through the stimulus that entered the economy, there's a great deal of all of a sudden demand, and all of a sudden a container, let's call it a 20-foot container from Shanghai to LA, cost you $2,000, it elevated to $20,000. And so then there was and the space was just so tight that carriers had to pick and choose who benefited or who they were going to allocate that space to. And so what happened then is that freight spilt over from the container market into other pools of vessels such as roll-on roll-off vessels, MPPs. And so then the charter market tightened and elevated. And so it just had a rollover spill throughout the economy. And in those events, as freight forwarders, as 3PLs, as carriers, I hope that they do, we did, there was margin yield in those disruptions.
Excellent. All right. So tell me, how have you and your team at C.H. Robinson, how have you weathered all of these ups and downs?
We have a very resilient team, and from moving to a work at home environment to returning to office to just having to deal with, my goodness, just from it often. So currently, for instance, I'll give you an example of today.
Great,
So
great.
right now, because of trades and tariffs and the chaotic environment that we live in as far as trades and tariffs, our customs brokers are spending so much time just generating one entry. So if it took them an hour to generate one customs entry in previous state, they're now spending 3-4 hours for that same entry. And so during COVID or post-COVID, we went through an ocean freight capacity crunch. Now we're going through a customs brokerage capacity crunch.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, and so um, but our people have been very resilient, just rolling with the punches. um, providing all the support that we can as leadership to support our operations teams, to support our commercial teams, our product teams, to make sure that we're servicing our customers, that we're being transparent, and helping them navigate the various geopolitical and macroeconomic
Right, and you
disruption.
really have a global presence.
Sure.
I'm sure that contributes to navigating these situations as well.
That's right. We benefit from having teams in Oceania, in Asia, in Europe, where we can talk about these issues and we can collaborate and design solutions together to help our customers, right? And during these times, it's the creative companies that will succeed in finding solutions and finding new port pairings and finding new multimodal methods of handling traffic.
Excellent. All right, my last question to you. What is your outlook for 2026?
It's positive.
Okay.
It's positive. I hope that by 2026, the dust is settled and there's certainty. We know what the rules of the game are. We know what companies are aware of what their risk and liability is as it relates to trade and tariffs in North America, and we're able then to benefit from the capital investment that occurs after that.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today. Very
Thank you for
interesting.
having me.
All
This is great.
right, good.
All right.